Have you ever talked to your phone's assistant and just thought, how does it get what I'm saying? But then the next second, it completely misunderstands something simple? Well, today we are pulling back the curtain on natural language processing, or NLP. We're going to dive into how we're teaching machines to finally understand us, sarcasm and all. You've been there, right? You ask your smart speaker a simple question and it gives you a totally bizarre answer. You can't help but wonder, why is it so hard for them to just get it? Well, the answer really boils down to this huge communication gap between how we talk and how machines think. And this gap, this chasm, really, it's not a new problem. It's been the central challenge for some of the most brilliant minds in AI for decades. It's this massive, fascinating puzzle they've been trying to solve. Okay, so here's the core issue. We humans, we speak in shades of gray. Our language is just full of context and sarcasm and inside jokes and all this implied meaning. Computers, on the other hand, they live in a world of absolute black and white. Everything has to be precise. So you can see the problem, right? We need some kind of bridge to cross that divide. And that bridge, thankfully, has a name: natural language processing. You'll hear it called NLP for short. This is the technology, the entire field of study, designed specifically to connect our messy, nuanced world of language with the super-structured world of computer logic. So the official definition says it's a branch of AI focused on human-computer interaction. But let's break that down. Simply put, the whole goal of NLP is to make talking to a computer feel as natural and easy as talking to another person. It's all about teaching them to get what we're saying, figure out what we mean, and even talk back to us in a way that makes sense. But how on earth does that actually work? I mean, before a machine can even begin to understand what we're saying, our language has to be chopped up, cleaned up, and prepared. It's kind of like a chef prepping all their ingredients before they can even think about starting to cook. So, let's take a look at the toolkit they use. All right, we're going to follow this one simple sentence on its incredible journey. We're going to watch as it gets totally transformed from something you and I can easily read into something a machine can actually process and, analyze. This right here is what's called the pre-processing pipeline, and you should really just think of it as an assembly line for language. Each of these 4 steps plays a super important part in cleaning up and structuring our raw sentence, turning that human chaos into some kind of machine-readable order. First up, we have tokenization. And honestly, this is just a fancy word for breaking the sentence into its individual pieces. So every word and every piece of punctuation. Each one of these little pieces is now called a token. This is the very first step to make our language digestible for a computer. Okay, next on the assembly line is stop word removal. Here we get rid of all the really common kind of filler words, like is, a, the, or and. And why do we do this? Well, because for a machine, they're mostly just noise. By filtering them out, we're helping the machine focus on the words that carry the real, actual meaning. Now things get even more interesting. We need to simplify the words that are left. And there are basically 2 ways to do this. Stemming is kind of the fast and dirty method. It just crudely chops off the ends of words. Lemmatization, on the other hand, is the smarter, more sophisticated approach. It actually uses a dictionary to find the true root word, so it knows that better actually comes from good. The choice between them? It's usually a trade-off between speed and accuracy. And finally, we get to part of speech tagging. This is where the machine goes through and assigns a grammatical role to every single word. Is it a noun, an adjective, a verb? This is such a critical step because this is the moment the computer starts to understand the structure of the sentence, not just what the individual words mean. Okay, so our sentence is now cleaned up, it's chopped up, and it's all tagged. It's now perfectly structured for a machine to read. But what happens next? How does the machine actually learn anything from it? Well, there are 2 main ways to build the brains of an NLP system. So on one hand, you've got these rule-based systems. This is like giving a computer a massive, super strict grammar book and programming every single rule by hand. It's a ton of work. On the other hand, you have machine learning. Here, instead of rules, you just show the computer millions of examples of language, and it learns the patterns all by itself, kind of like how a child learns to speak. And yeah, this learning approach is why machine learning totally dominates the field now. It's just so much better at handling the messy, ambiguous parts of human language that you could never capture with a fixed set of rules. So that's all the theory, right? But this is where it gets really, really cool, because the payoff from all this work is just incredible. This technology isn't just sitting in a lab somewhere, it is already woven seamlessly into our daily lives, a lot of times in ways we don't even notice. I mean, think about it. Every time you ask Siri for the weather, or you tell Alexa to play your favorite song, or you type a question into a customer support chatbot on a website, yep, you are interacting with a pretty sophisticated NLP system. It's right there, understanding your command and trying to help. Or what about Google Translate? It's literally breaking down language barriers in real time. That's pure NLP. And search engines. Have you noticed how they just seem to know what you mean, not just the exact words you typed? That's NLP at work, figuring out the intent behind your search to give you way better results. NLP is also one of those hidden heroes working behind the scenes. It's the silent guardian of your inbox, analyzing emails to figure out what's junk and what's not. And it's a super powerful tool for businesses, too. They use something called sentiment analysis to scan thousands of customer reviews and find out if people are feeling positive, negative, or just neutral about a product. It's amazing. Now, the progress we've made has been absolutely breathtaking, but we are definitely not at the finish line yet. Not by a long shot. So, what's next? Let's take a look at some of the biggest challenges still sitting out there on the horizon for NLP. For all its power, NLP still really struggles with the deep nuances of how we communicate. Things like sarcasm, it's almost impossible for them. Or really ambiguous sentences, or just basic common sense. These are still huge hurdles. Also, a big one is bias. If the data used to train the system is biased, well, the AI is going to be biased too. And all of this leaves us with a final, really fascinating question to think about. As these machines get better and better at our language, moving beyond simple commands to understanding deep context and maybe even emotion, how is that going to change the way we interact with the world and maybe even how we interact with each other? It's something to think about for sure.